Christian, I want to do a thought experiment with you.
Okay.
Okay, so you're sitting in a chair in an office, and the president of Sega is there, and he says, Christian, I want you to turn this blockbuster franchise, Sonic the Hedgehog, into a pinball game. What are the top 3 things you would focus on during the development of said pinball game?
I would focus on basically taking the pinball in Sonic 2, which felt great, and actually using that in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
I would probably have a Green Hill Zone in there.
Okay.
Probably have a casino zone that's more fleshed out, you know, to kind of throw it back.
Okay.
And maybe some wacky, zany stage towards the end.
Okay.
When you're really building things up.
Yeah.
And then a really awesome, like, Flying Fortress boss or something at the end.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Why instead have you made Sonic Spinball?
I had to fill the gap between Sonic 2 and 3. I think that's the reason.
Yeah. This game's not very good, Christian.
It's really bad.
Why
really
is it bad, though?
Because they've got Sonic 2 Pinball in there. It feels great. It's in the Sonic engine, the same whatever engine they're using or whatever.
Okay.
And then they've got this, which feels bad. It feels stiff. It feels delayed. It doesn't feel right.
Okay.
And the colors are all dingy, and it looks like 80% of the Genesis library, whereas the Sonic games and Rystar games we've been playing is the other 20%.
Yeah.
And you've got that really dark soundtrack like the rest of them.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the Genesis games.
Not a great soundtrack.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Here, can I answer what my top 3 would be?
Yep.
Physics.
Okay.
You have to have good physics in your pinball game, or it is not a good pinball game.
Very true.
This game does not have good physics. There would be times when I would clip past the thing I was trying to hit and bounce off of something else, and then like fall back down to the. What you know pinball pretty well, is my understanding. What do you call the area where the flippers are? Is there a name for that?
I don't know.
Like
couldn't tell you. Flipper area. You can call it that.
The bottom.
Yep.
And you have control over Sonic to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And it almost
doesn't feel right.
No, it almost feels like you have too much control over Sonic or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very strange. There's some kind of like acceleration going on that feels weird.
Definitely. Yeah.
And it's not a fun time.
It really ramps up.
You can spin dash after Sonic falls down.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until you need to do it. And then I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they got the spin dash in there.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
So it's a Sonic game.
The platforming sections are maybe the worst platforming sections I've ever played in any game. It feels so wrong.
Yeah. The pinball barely even feels good. And then when you have to platform with this, it feels horrendous.
It's amazing.
And the levels are a mess.
Yes, they are.
They're like labyrinths. They're pinball labyrinths.
Because, again, I'm going to go to you, the pinball guru. Mm-hmm. The idea in pinball is not to... the idea in pinball is to get a high score, right?
Yeah.
To, like, play the table in a way that you outscore someone else.
Yep.
But score has nothing to do with this game, and it doesn't even feel like you're at a pinball table. It feels like you're in a strange labyrinth puzzle zone that you have to navigate through pinball physics, which feels bad.
The bonus stages are fine because they're just like the closest thing to real pinball, but the physics are off.
Yeah. I'm glad it wasn't just me, because like that is not the same physics they're using in the actual game, and it is very strange.
Yeah, like there's one where you have to like hit a bunch of pegs up towards the top, and then I just shot Sonic up there and he just kept bouncing, and then sometimes he'd just kind of be suspended, and then he'd start bouncing again.
I feel like the ball was moving backwards.
Oh yeah, it's bad. How did they mess up Sonic Spinball? I don't understand. They had a blueprint.
Yeah, that's why it feels so bad, is it's like, this is such a natural idea, and there's like this vision of how to do this the right way, and they're like, nope.
Yeah, it's like this is the first Sonic game or something.
Yeah.
It feels like there's nothing before this.
Right. Yeah.
But no, we played Sonic 2. We
Yeah.
know
We know how this works.
this can be good.
Yeah.
We know Sonic being a pinball can be good.
I wonder if it's because that takes like 5 seconds. And
Maybe.
this is a game where it's
Yeah.
you have to do it the whole time. I don't know. It's not fun to not have good control over your character.
Yeah. Can
When-
really ruin a game, man.
Yeah, because it requires you to do such precise things, and it doesn't explain what those things are.
Yeah.
And
And
you're
there's
only,
plenty of situations where, like, when I had to hit Sonic to, like, the far left or far right,
Yeah,
so I would have to, like, try and get him right at the beginning of a flipper,
right.
and it would, like, it would clip on the edges sometimes, and then I would, like, try and influence his movement even, and that would just cause him going too far in one direction.
Yeah.
The entire game, I was just helplessly flailing around, bouncing him into objectives and killing Robotnik at the end, I guess.
The bosses are crazy looking.
Yeah.
That scorpion one at the beginning is like... That's in my head somewhere. I've had nightmares about that, I'm sure. Because I think that's about as far as I got as a kid.
Yeah. You could. This game would make a decent art book or comic.
Yeah, this would be a very good comic.
Yeah.
Not a great game.
No, it's not a good game.
They screwed up the rings, Christian. What
did?
is the purpose of the rings in Sonic? Is so that you don't die instantly like you do in this game, and then they have them still.
Because it's Sonic, I guess they threw him in there.
They give you a score, but the score doesn't matter, even though it should, because
Yeah.
it's a pinball game.
Who knows, man? This game's a mess.
I was with this game at first. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. You're like exploring, kind of. And like, there's not an instant death penalty in the first level.
Yeah.
And it's even
That
got
helps.
it's got a cool little system where a shark robot jumps out of the water and you gotta avoid it. It's very easy, but it's cool.
Yeah.
And then the second level is just like, oh, it's a pit of lava, and you die.
Yeah. Ugh. The first level's like some toxic caves.
Yeah,
So you got
sewers,
this toxic waste motif.
which is okay.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
guess.
the worst thing in the world.
But then you've got generic lava.
I don't know what the theme of the second level is. I don't know what they were going for. It's like a desert volcano,
Yeah.
sort of.
Who knows? You fight Robotnik head things at the end. With Sonic's
Yes!
head.
Terrifying looking.
Yeah. They're pretty creepy
No
looking.
explanation for it. If you could get the Chaos Emeralds and turn into Super... What's his name?
Supersonic?
Yeah, and then just like control yourself around the levels.
Ooh,
That would be
yeah.
fun.
That would be cool, yeah.
It could
be
be like
pretty
little
neat.
secrets you couldn't get to normally or something.
Ooh.
And then you could make the levels not look like garbage.
Yeah.
And just reuse music. Reuse music from the other games. Nobody cares. It's really bad.
It's not good. It's worse than Sonic 1.
Yeah. That's not. I had to think about that for just a split second.
Oh no.
And you're absolutely right.
Yeah. Is it better than Star Fox Adventures?
No.
No, I don't think so either.
No, it's not.
Sonic Adventures can make you laugh.
This game's got a sense of humor. So much fun.
What's-
just a fun
what's funny?
game. Just a
What's
fun
supposed
game
to
to
be
sit
funny in
down and
this
play.
game?
Just have a good time. Just feeling happy about yourself because you're in a
No.
brown level and you're in the same section because every time you hit it, it just bounces
Yep.
off the wall and comes right back to the flipper, and you just do
Yep.
that over and over again, and maybe next
Yep.
time it'll work.
I mean, after playing this game for 2 hours, I still was helplessly trying to get to the objectives. I knew after fumbling around long enough and going
Yeah.
to different like sub-tables, I was
Yep.
able to figure out where my objective was.
Yep.
But I still couldn't get there despite knowing where it was because of how bad everything is.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's bad.
Uh-huh.
I think Sonic Chaos did Sonic better than this game
I think you're right.
by a long shot.
Does that make it a better game?
Yeah.